Good morning, good afternoon. And good evening. Well, you know, that's one of the beauties of this. If you're new to this channel, video, whatever, I'm Mr. Carlos. I'm an English teacher here at Downey High School. And this is a review, hopefully a third or fourth review of this concept. So I'm not going to run down this first side of the page. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out via email. Viking Plus is our in-school day tutorial period. The specifics of this video is to refer to the second half of the review. All right, so let's get into it. I got a little PowerPoint here. So it talks about what you want to do is take a look at this original sentence. The cross-country athlete ran the course, however, the course was much longer than normal. The obvious fix here, check the punctuation. If that's not right, let's go right there. And so that's what this student does. Please highlight. Enough said there. The cross-country athlete ran the course. That sounds like a sentence, semicolon, however, comma. It does sound like a but, or a fancy but, or a fancy yet. The course was much longer than normal, period. Moving down into the explanation category, the previous fix only needed, so you guys can use this language, that's fine, only needed the comma after the fancy fanboys, so there it is, always, because both sides were complete sentences. Now, had you just said the comma afterwards, that's partial credit. That's a beginning of the answer, shall we say. And when it comes to fancy fanboys, it's a sentence, fancy fanboys, and another sentence, right? That's the idea. So let's get into this example here. So we're going to find that moment right here where the fancy fanboys occurs. I'll highlight it for us for the sake of this video. And we notice right away that punctuation is incorrect. So that's an easy fix with the power of technology, right? I just come in, copy, paste. Again, please highlight. I'll go with that semicolon, comma technique. And then, missing period right here, a little bit of a typo. Hopefully it's fixed by the time you guys see it. Now, how do we explain this? Well, so there's a requirement for the punctuation, right? A semicolon, a period, always a comma after. And then in addition to that, we need to make sure first, so it would be second, excuse me, that there is a sentence prior. The presidential election was quite contentious. This is the 2024 presidential election, depending on when you're watching this video. And then according to a California GOV website, 64.9, we'll call that 65% of eligible voters participated in California, period. So that 64% participated in California is also a sentence. So we come down in here and we type up our explanation. It looks a little like this. And there. So for the previous sentence, it has a complete sentence. Well, come on. First of all, that's not exactly true. So we want to take that out. Alt-Shift-5 should work. Not sure why that's not working. Well, here, I'll do it this way. We want to cross that out. It has an independent clause. Oh, let's edit this. On both sides. Fancy fanboys. So it just needs the appropriate punctuation, all right? So that would be a good explanation of how to fix this. And then let's move on to the next example. We're going to find the punctuation right here. And then that looks correct. So then next problem is it a sentence on this side? Erica felt she might die from hunger. I'm sure that's hyperbole. And then afterwards, deciding a trip to McDonald's was worth it. Definitely not a complete sentence. And I really want to take this moment to highlight that ing right after the fancy fanboy sets us up for an incorrect use of fancy fanboy. So I'm going to come in here and fix this up real quick. Real simple. Just change this. Maybe decided, real life. Therefore, she. And we got that who or what in the beginning there, the subject of the independent clause. And then my explanation might sound like this. And then boom, right? Just clean up a couple typos here. Make sure you guys can read this. Get my mug out of the way. Just pinch that down. The previous sentence uses, you guys can read. It didn't have. And there's that independent clause language, which is nerdier, agreed. But you guys can do it. All right, so what did I forget? I forgot to highlight this. We'll just throw some highlighting on there. And boom. Hey, why wouldn't I highlight this and want Miss Edmonds at Mr. Krause to miss this awesome scholarship right here. So I'm going to do that too. Yeah, there. Don't miss it, Mr. Krause. Don't miss it, Miss Edmonds. All right, let's move on to the last and final example. This should be oh so obvious, but let's get through it. All right, we're going to find it, and there we go. We see it, but we don't like the comma. I prefer semicolon or a period, and then always a comma after. This one is not correct in this isolated sentence. All right, so we need to fix it, and the curious way to fix this problem is to get rid of the fancy fanboys. So sometimes nothing worse for your ethos, your credibility, than trying to sound smart and making a mistake. So this would just be and. Again, there's no comma here. There's no fancy fanboys opportunity here because prior to the grammar move here, there isn't a sentence. You know, yes, there's one afterwards, but let's be honest, we're just combining John and Alex. We're not combining sentences, okay? So let's type that out in a brief, short explanation. And boom. All right, this is not a good use of fancy fanboys since we should probably put quote marks around this. We're not using it as it is intended. We are talking about the thing. Is used to combine, oh boy, look at that typo, two nouns. We could also call them proper nouns. That's why they have a capital letter. It is not combining complete and independent clauses. Oh, look at this. Don't miss this scholarship, Mr. Krause. I'm going to highlight my move, highlight it in some bright colors. Therefore, the best edit is to use the fanboys and. All right, so here's the fix. All right, guys, I hope that video helped. You know, hit the like, subscribe. Just kidding. Hey, thanks, guys, for all your hard work. Hang in there as we work through grammar, as we work through a difficult text, and we develop a better understanding of ourselves. See ya the next time I see ya. Thanks for all you do.